In this video, I'm going to tell you how to stand out from all the other people that are applying for these really good high ticket sales roles that you want so that you can actually go on to make 10K a month and more. In my videos, I talk about how you don't really have that much competition, but what does that mean? Because there are a ton of people who are trying to get high ticket sales roles. Business owners are getting applications and messages all the time, but most of them are terrible. All right, when I talk to business owners and influencers running huge businesses, they all say generally the same thing. Everyone trying to get sales roles with them is an idiot. Why are all these stupid people trying to get sales roles with me? Where are all the good salespeople? They're all saying this to me straight up. So when people say to you, oh, there's so much competition, it's too saturated, everyone's trying to get one of these roles, that's kind of true, maybe, but most of these people are terrible and not getting consideration for the roles. They're not even getting looked at. That's the actual reality. So if you can just be a normal person that's reliable and tries hard, you can succeed in these roles, no problem. These products are incredibly easy to sell. The sales part is not hard. The main barrier is getting on a good role, which is all I focus on in my program and in my completely free content, telling you exactly how to do that. So let's get into the first way for you to stand out. The first one might seem simple or stupid, but it's the most important. You need to clean up your internet appearance. And if you've heard me say this before, I'm going to go into more detail on it now. So I would listen up closely. You need to clean up your social media. When you do outreach for these jobs, you're doing that from your Instagram account or other social media. Why people think this doesn't matter, I have no idea. Because the second you reach out to a business or apply to one of their jobs, and you send them the first thing they're going to do is click on your social media, right? That's just what they're going to do. Because if you applied for a job, would you send them some type of half-assed resume that wasn't complete or had a bunch of weird slang in it or emojis or things like this, right? That looks like a 4-year-old made it? Of course not. People literally obsess over their resumes, making every aspect of it perfect. They spend weeks on this. So why would you think that your social media or your internet appearance doesn't matter? Because basically your online resume. When a business owner gets any kind of application from you or outreach or message, the first thing they're going to do is go and look at your social media. That's just the world we live in. If they see that you have no pictures up or your profile picture is of your dog or it's some weird picture that's not of you, they're just going to think that you're like a bot or a scammer or you're just weird. This is 2026. If you're afraid to put a few pictures up of you and your friends or just you living your life, you got to get over it. You have to adapt or you're going to get left behind by the people who have no issue doing this. I can't tell you how many people I see hide behind faceless accounts. They have 0 pictures up. They're terrified if they post something online, their pathetic loser friends are going to make fun of them or someone's going to come after them or something. And I'll give you an example. Recently, I got on a sales call with a college kid or right out of college or something that wanted to join my program. And with anyone I speak to, I set the expectations up front. Before they buy, I'm like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. One of those things is you're going to need to clean up your social media. We're going to be using your Instagram. You're going to need to put up pictures of you on Instagram, just of you living your life, so that they can see you're a real person and you're not a bot or a creepy weirdo. And when I said this to him, the dude looked like he'd seen a ghost. His face went completely white. You would have thought I just told him hey, your whole family just got deleted in a plane crash or something. And I was like, what's the problem? And he said, well, I don't want to put any pictures up because I'm on my Instagram because my friends are going to make fun of me. To him, that was the end of the world. He was terrified. And after he said he couldn't do that, I was like, well, just get over it. You're going to have to do that. It's not a big deal. And he's like, there's no way I can do that. And at that point, the call was over. There's nothing else to talk about, right? To him, that was the end of the world. But an important point is you just need to realize that if the people around you, your friends, are not trying really hard to succeed, but you are, then you are better than them. This is just a concrete fact. Because you are willing to go through difficult things and do things that they are not willing to do. You are putting yourself out there, doing things, while they watch from the bench and critique your approach. They're just sitting on the bench talking. You are instantly above these people. I don't understand why people don't get this. Isn't it crazy that this is most people in society? And none of them actually realize that they're a loser. Doesn't that blow your mind? It blows my mind all the time. So you are above them. So why would you give them 1 second of thought to what they think? You got to get a grip on this stuff and just rise above and get to work on what you want to do. I don't understand why people don't understand that they're going to die someday. You don't have unlimited time, you know? So just leave these losers in the dust. Life is going to take care of them. Don't worry. Now, back to the profile stuff. Most people actually don't give a shit about you in the grand scheme of things, and having a blank profile looks weird. This is the first thing I think when I see it. I'm like, this is a weird person. What are they hiding? So you need to put your life on social media. This is just the biggest leverage that you have these days. You're going to get left behind if you don't. So clean up the profile. No one's going to come after you or try to cancel you. The government doesn't care about you. You're not important. You could put up 500 pictures of yourself on your profile and no one's going to even notice. There are 350 million people alone in this country, right? And billions across the globe. Like, you are insignificant. You are an ant in a galaxy. You're just a speck of dust in the wind. And to finalize this point, the people who get the highest paying good jobs the fastest are the ones who have the best profiles. Their profile is on point and they combine that with machine gun outreach, which we're going to discuss in a second. Now, number two, the way that you can stand out is the type of messages that you send. So I have an entire video on this. It's called How I Make 10K a Month Annoying People on Social Media. It's on this channel where I talk all about messages, exactly what to say, how to send them, what to do, all of it. So go watch that. It's way too much to get into in this video. But to summarize it so that I can give you some points, if you can send a good message, again, 95% of people are sending outreach messages that are absolutely horrible. They look like a third grader wrote them. They're using slang. They're reaching out to a business owner and they're like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, what, bro? Delete. You're done. Okay? So, like, they're not even writing in complete sentences. They're using emojis and slang. Like, what? You know? So, it's just very rare that a well thought out, personalized message with good grammar gets sent to any of these people. So, if you can do that, you are ahead of 95% of people. If you can send a good message, you will stand out above everyone else. So go watch that video. Now, number three, and we're going to get into some more nuanced ways to stand out. If you do the first things that I talked about in this video, you're already at the top of the pack. But if you do these things that I'm about to mention, you're just making it inevitable that you get a good role soon. So number three is going to be what I call consistent contact or follow-up. And this is part of the machine gun outreach I just mentioned. Everyone is sending messages, text messages, but very few people ever follow up on those messages. And sometimes a business owner that did need a salesperson who would have been a great offer for you to sell on, he just didn't see the message. Or maybe he opened it and read it, was like, oh, I'll come back to this. And then he got distracted with one of the 50 things he's doing in his business, right? People are so like selfish. They think they're the center of the world. Like, oh no, this guy left me on scene. He must hate me. I'm a worthless person. I don't deserve anything. It's like, he just got distracted, bro. He's not even thinking about you, you know? Or maybe you just hit them on a bad day. Maybe they got something else come up. You know what I mean? It's like there's hundreds of reasons why. And usually it's not, oh, I don't need a salesperson, okay? And you just assume, well, I got no reply or I got left on scene, so that means no. This is not true. Again, this is like you're way too in your mind, bro. Just think about it from their perspective. If you follow up with more messages, maybe 2 days later, then 5 days later, whatever, when it's a good time for them and they see the message at the right time, now they're going to reply and be like, yeah, actually, I would like to get on a call. And then you get the role. All because you sent a second or third message that took you 10 seconds to send and you didn't react like a baby the first time that someone didn't respond to your message. Following up over and over or doing key point, doing all of your outreach through video messages, looms instead of texts. These are things that no one else is doing that don't take that long to do. I can assure you no one's doing the fucking videos. And you know what business owners want in a salesperson when it comes down to it? It's not elite sales skills. It's not that you took a bunch of goofy ass sales trainings. They don't care about that at all right? This is what they want. They want to know that you care, that you are serious, and that you're reliable. That's what they want in any hire because they don't want to have to worry about it. They want to hire you to do the job they've hired you to do so they can go do their other stuff and not think about you, right? So they want to know that you care about this. You're going to do a good job because you're serious and you're reliable. That's what they want, right? Most people these days are lazy and they don't care. They want to get some role and secretly scroll all day. That's most men. Okay, they don't want to hire that person. Most men just want to do the bare minimum. And that's who's messaging them all the time. You see what I'm saying? It goes to my first point in the first video. So if you, or in the beginning of the video. So if you just show them that you care about this and that you're serious, you will have no problem finding a good role, period. Now, number 4, the next way you can stand out. If you find a really good role that you want, like let's just say it's posted, you saw it posted on X or on some job board randomly, what you can do is you can send them some kind of piece of value that you have created. So this applies if they're advertising the role, which people do on their stories, they do in posts on X, they do on job boards sometimes, they post these everywhere. What am I talking about? So a piece of value that you can create is you could open up a Google Doc and you could write up a sales process that you would use to sell their product. So what does this mean? Let's say they're an agency and they're selling Facebook ads to businesses. You can write out a Google Doc explaining how you would sell this product to potential businesses that are interested in buying it. So what features would you go over with them? How would you explain to them that it's right for them and that it's going to solve the pains and problems that they're probably facing? What is your service going to do to help them in their business? And again, this doesn't need to be perfect. This isn't a test where you have to give the right answer. You just want to think about it for 10 minutes, then write out an organized Google document explaining the process that you would go through to sell this product. What would you say? Etc. And an easy way to think about this is, let's say you were selling ice cold bottled water to someone in the desert that had been wandering lost in the desert for like a week. What would your pitch be to sell it to that guy? You'd be like, hey man, you're gonna die. You need this water. Otherwise, you're probably gonna collapse. Your body's gonna go into some type of shock and you're gonna die right here in front of me, even though I'm holding the solution to your problems. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, people hear me say this and they're like, well, I don't know how to sell Facebook ads to an agency. It's like, just use your brain. What would you say to them? You're gonna say, hey, these ads are gonna make you more money. You're struggling to get qualified leads. We know how to run ads to bring you more qualified leads. It's gonna make you more money. Well, why couldn't you think of that? You know what I'm saying? I just did that off the top of my head. It's not even like I didn't even write that down. But people don't take the second to just think. So this is why this works. Because no one sits down and goes, hey, you know what? What would make me stand out for this role? Okay, let me show them that I actually care by writing up a Google Doc on how I would actually go through and sell this product. And the business owner, when he gets this document, he's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. I wanna talk to this person. Because no one is doing that. No one is trying. There's like, well, I filled out the application. No one got back with me. This doesn't work. It's a scam. So again, the point of this is not to get it right. It's just to show that you're going the extra mile and you tried to come up with a sales process for their product. They are going to like that. When you're thinking about this from the business owner's perspective, they're going to like it. In really good jobs where my guys were competing with other more experienced people, I've had them get the job over them, over the experienced people that were applying. So this stuff works. And remember, business owners want to see that you care, that you're serious, and that you are reliable and willing to go the extra mile. These are invaluable fucking qualities in a salesperson. So if you do the things that I talk about in this video, you are literally doing what 99% of people who are applying for these roles are not doing. No one is doing this stuff. This is how you stand out and get the good roles where you can make above 10K a month. So you do not have any competition when it comes to the other people that are applying for these roles. Most people are lazy. They're extremely easy to beat, bro. Most people are just consuming content for entertainment. They're not serious about changing their life or working hard, and they never will be. They will be in a comment section complaining a week from now. They're not your competition. Nobody wants it, all right? Everybody's just a walking zombie that gives up the second they see a reason to. And I find like a lot of the people I talk to who really are serious about this and they want to make more money, they're like intimidated by these jobs, or they think it's hard to do, or it's too saturated, and just none of this is true. It's completely opposite of what's true. If you really want to get one of these jobs and make above 10K a month, you can definitely do that. But you have to actually try. You have to do the things I said in this video. If you want to do it on your own, my entire YouTube is dedicated to showing you how to do that. And that's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.